Usain Bolt is still the greatest sprinter who ever lived, and one teenage time does not erase that. Gout Gout is faster at 18 than Bolt was at 18. But greatness is not a projection. It is what happens when the whole world knows your name and still cannot stop you. Every few years, sprinting gets a new future. A young runner breaks a record, runs a wild time, or looks too smooth for his age. Then the question comes back again. Is this the next Usain Bolt? That question is happening again because Gout Gout has made it impossible to ignore. At 18, he ran 19.67 for 200 meters. Bolt's best legal 200-meter time at 18 was 19.93. That gap is 0.26 seconds, which can look like almost 3 meters in a race. That is not small. It is a real number, and it deserves respect. Gout may have one of the highest ceilings sprinting has ever seen. But here's the hard part. Being ahead of Bolt at 18 does not make someone greater than Bolt. Bolt's greatness was not built on one teenage comparison. It was built on world records, Olympic finals, championship pressure, and years of making the best sprinters alive look like they were racing for second. That is why this debate needs a line. Potential is exciting. Greatness is proven. The simplest case for Bolt starts with the clocks. 9.58 in the 100 meters, 19.19 in the 200 meters. Those are not just fast times. They are the limits everyone has been chasing since 2009. The 100-meter record came at the World Championships in Berlin. Bolt did not win by a tiny lean. He separated from the field in a race full of elite men. His top speed through the middle of that race looked almost unreal. He was not just first. He changed what first looked like. 4 days later, he ran 19.19 in the 200 meters. That record may be even more frightening. The 200 needs more than raw speed. It needs bend control, strength, and the ability to stay loose when the body wants to lock up. Bolt did all of it and still looked like the track was too short. These marks have lasted for more than 16 years. Many great sprinters have tried. Some came close in one event. Nobody has taken both records. That matters because the greatest of all time debate starts with the hardest thing to beat, the scoreboard. Records make Bolt famous. Championship dominance makes him the greatest. At the Olympics, Bolt won the 100-meter and 200-meter double in 2008, 2012, and 2016. That is 3 straight games where the world came for him, and he answered. The pressure did not shrink him. It made him bigger. Think about how hard that is. A sprinter has to survive rounds, stay healthy, handle travel, handle fame, then hit the final at exactly the right time. One bad start can end the 100-meter. One tight bend can ruin the 200-meter. Bolt did not do it once. He did it again and again. At the World Championships, he also stacked titles across the 100, 200, and relay. His only big 100-meter break in that era came from a false start in 2011. When he stayed in the race, the rest of the world usually had a problem. That is the part people forget when they only compare young times. Sprinting is not a spreadsheet of talent. It is a public test. Bolt passed the biggest test with the biggest target on his back. If someone wants to argue against Bolt, the 200-meter is the worst place to start. That event may be his strongest claim. Bolt was a 200-meter prodigy before he became the 100-meter king. He won World Junior Gold at 15. He broke age group marks early. By 2008, he had become something much larger than a talented half-lap runner. He was a man who could attack the curve, stay tall, and still open his stride in the straight. His 19.19 is still the world record. But the deeper point is how often he won when everyone knew the 200 was his house. In 2008, he broke Michael Johnson's Olympic record and world record. In 2009, he lowered it again. In 2012, he defended the Olympic title. In 2016, he did it one more time. That is not a flash. That is ownership. Gout's 19.67 at 18 is amazing. But Bolt's standard is not teenage promise. It is 19.19, with medals, rounds, pressure, and years of repeat proof behind it. Until someone beats that full package, Bolt stays above the argument. Now let us be fair to Gout. His rise is not fake hype. A legal 19.67 at 18 is scary. It made him the first Australian man to run under 20 seconds legally for 200 meters. It also put him ahead of Bolt's same-age mark and deep into world-class territory. That is why the comparison will not go away. Gout is tall, smooth, and loose at speed. He covers ground in a way that reminds people of Bolt, even if the mechanics and career path are not the same. He also has years before the usual sprint peak window, which often comes in the early to mid-20s. But projection is not proof. If we crowned athletes by what they might become, the record books would look very different. Sprint history is full of teenage stars who looked unstoppable, then met injuries, pressure, poor timing, or deeper senior fields. Gout may become a legend. He may break records. He may make this debate look different years from now. But right now, he has a great number. Bolt has the whole mountain. People love natural talent because it feels like destiny. A young sprinter runs fast, and fans start drawing straight lines into the future. If he is 19.67 now, what will he be at 23? If he is ahead of Bolt now, will he pass Bolt later? Maybe. But sprinting does not grow in a straight line. The body changes. Training gets harder. Rivals study you. Travel adds stress. One hamstring problem can take a whole season. One bad championship can change confidence. Bolt's gift was not only his talent, it was that his talent survived the championship machine. He handled rounds. He handled expectation. He handled being the face of the sport. He handled finals where every camera looked at him before the gun. That is rare. Many runners are fast when nobody expects anything. Very few stay fast when every race becomes a judgment. So natural talent matters, but it is only the entrance ticket. Bolt took that ticket and built a kingdom. Until someone else builds one bigger, the title stays with him. The honest counter-argument is that Bolt's records may not last forever. No record is sacred. Tracks improve. Shoes change. Training gets smarter. Young sprinters like Gout, reignited, Tobogo, and others have already shown that the 200-meter future is alive. It is also fair to say Bolt's career was not perfect. He had injuries. He lost races early and late. His 2017 ending was not the clean movie finish fans wanted. In 2011, he false started in the World 100-meter final and lost the chance to win another title. Those facts matter, but they do not erase the main case. Greatness is not perfection. It is the weight of what happened when everything mattered most. Bolt's best years were so high that even his flaws could not pull him back to normal. That is why the greatest of all time debate should stay open for future athletes, but closed for now. Someone can pass him one day. Nobody has done it yet. To pass Bolt, a sprinter needs more than one shocking time. He would need to take down big records, win Olympic gold in the 100 and 200, claim world titles across seasons, and beat deep fields when everyone expects him to win. That is the real bar. Gout Gout and Tobogo can start the path. Noah Lyles has built part of a case in the 200, but no current sprinter has joined world record power with Olympic repeat dominance like Bolt. People often confuse excitement with history. A new star can be amazing without already being greater. Bolt forced every future sprinter to chase two things at once: time and legacy.